Dodgers All-Star World Series champion turns down offer. We'll get to that story in a moment. 3 reasons why the Dodgers will sign Walker Buehler when that comes up. It's going to happen. Trust me on that. We'll get to that story. And if the Dodgers add a shortstop, what does that mean for Lux? Is he the odd man out? Those stories and more right now. Dodgers Digest. Brad J with you. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get started. Dodgers All-Star turns down the qualifying offer. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Teoscar Hernandez. That has been the story. Now, we all knew he was going to do this. Okay. The Dodgers offered $21.8 million to Teoscar. And that $21.8 million is a year. It's a qualifying offer. So it's basically what they have to do to play by the rules. And they offered it to him and he turned it down, which we knew he was going to turn it down. So when you see that as a headline, read between the lines and know that situation was going to happen no matter what. Okay. But what that does mean is it means it's the time is getting urgent, right? Soto's visiting all these people. The Dodger fans don't want Soto. They've made that abundantly clear they don't want Soto on the team. Dodger fans want Teoscar Hernandez on the team. That is what is expected. That's what Dodger fans want. He's going to want a 3-year deal. It's probably going to be around $74 million because he turned down 2108 for 1 year. So what do you think that means? It means he is hunting for a 3-year deal with the Dodgers. And Teoscar, we all know he is a solid stand-up guy. He's a man of religion. The guy means what he says. He's not all about the bottom dollar. He's a very spiritual type dude. And what he said about being on the Dodgers, he said this. Hey, my hopes are really high. Like I've said before, the Dodgers, the priority. All right. You notice how, here's the deal here. No, notice the wording here that he says. The Dodgers are the priority. Now, wouldn't you, if you're more of a me guy, wouldn't you say maybe I'm reading too much into this, but if you're a me guy, would you say the Dodgers are my priority? He didn't say that. He says the Dodgers are the priority, putting the team above the name. Obviously, I'm going to do everything in my power to come back. Teoscar Hernandez. I'll roll the R. Hernandez. There you go. Mike Nelson taught me that one right there. So that's the deal right there. All right. He wants to come back. Dodger fans want him. And I mean, if you look at the amount of viewer mail that I've got regarding Teoscar and him remaining a Dodger, it's like I don't think there's been any percentage of people saying no. I think 100% of it are saying Teoscar needs to be a Dodger. So the deal is it's time to get that deal done. All right, 3 reasons why Walker Buehler should sign with the Dodgers. And I still think this is going to happen too. All right. Juan Toribio from MLB came up with this one. The 3 reasons Buehler is worth re-signing. And I'm a huge Buehler fan. I have been from the beginning when he was having even troubles before the postseason started. I was still backing him, coming back from 2 surgeries. It takes a while for things to get back, to get your command back. It's just how it works when you're dealing with injuries. And anyone who's been through an injury, you know that. So one of the biggest reasons why you want to bring him back, his fastball. It's got some of that old life that he used to have before. Everything used to start. He was always his fastball was the thing that he would pitch off the fastball. That's what he would start with. Had one of the best power fastballs in the game, undoubtedly, upper 90s, rising four-seamer, racked up 279 strikeouts in the 2018 to 21 season. And that's a top 10 mark in the majors. So the fastball is coming back. You're starting to see more action with that fastball. So and for Buehler, he needs his fastball. I mean, you're a different pitcher. He's a different pitcher without that thing. Everything starts off the fastball, and that's a good point what they mean on that. All right, fastball. That's reason number 1 that you want to keep that dude because his fastball is looking good. Well, how about there's a few other things too, right? How about the knuckle curve? It's getting that bite again, right? You're seeing so much more movement, and it goes back to the command, right? He's got command again. And when the command comes back to your game, it allows you to do so many different things. And that's the thing that Walker Buehler has on his side. You saw it. And if you looked at every single game he did for the end of the season and each start all the way through the postseason, you would just look a tick better, each game improving, 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 command improving, improving, improving. Everything was getting better each time. And there was a lot of people at first when he had the first couple bad games when he came back were saying that dude is gone. Send him to Oklahoma. And you know who you are. You know if you're one of those dudes who did that, you know who you are on that one. Walker Buehler, you got to give the guy, you got to give anyone a fair shot at it, especially coming after back from two surgeries. He didn't. Okay, so Bueller's best pitch in the playoffs, one he used to end the World Series. Yeah, he threw that to Verdugo at the end. That's going to be forever. Verdugo gets to be forever remembered on that strikeout. He didn't have a single hit on his curveball all postseason. Did not a hit on that curveball. Hitters were 0 for 12 against it with 4 strikeouts, including Bueller's K's of Austin Wells and Verdugo for the final 2 outs of the World Series. A huge K of Lindor to escape the bases of the jam in Game 3 of the NLCS too as well. So knuckle curve, it's coming back, and it's got some bite, and it means business. So there is your number 2 reason. Number 1 reason, the fastball. Number 2, his knuckle curve is biting again. And the third reason why you want to keep him on there and sign him to a big contract, there's glimpses of the nasty sweeper. Now, everybody knows, or some of you may know, some of you may not, that Buehler's sweeper is the variety of slider with that big side-to-side sweeping movement. So it literally travels from one side all the way to the other. The pitch is introduced into his repertoire to attack right-handed hitters in recent seasons. And that's great because that's what you need to do. You need to have that out pitch, and that is what he has. And if that sweeper can be the sweeper of Walker Buehler old, like the 2019 sweeper, 2020 sweeper, hey, let's get her done right there. And it looked particularly interesting in the playoffs. On one hand, Buehler gave up some hits on a sweeper. He did give up hits, that's true. But on the other hand, he was getting a bunch of swing and misses too. And the rate, what you want is you want those swing and misses. So there you go. Those are your 3 reasons according to MLB, and I agree with all 3 of those right there. The fastball, number 1, the knuckle curve, and the sweeper, all back. I feel like, hey, he needs to be that guy. And once again, it is time to get it done. Do the contract, all right? Get the contract taken care of. What are we waiting for, Freeman? Let's make it happen. Hey, Dodgers could part way with a beloved infielder if they sign Willie Adames. And it's Kim, too, from the Padres, another shortstop. So Adames, the shortstop. That's on Kim, also shortstop from the Padres. If the Dodgers sign any single one of those dudes right there, what does that mean for Lux? Does that mean Lux is run out of Lux? Oh, God, that was horrible. But does it mean that? Is he gone? And you got to think it does because you're not going to keep him around. The Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series 2024. Glaring need in the middle of their infield. Yeah, because they had to play so many different people at short. The free agent addition could mean parting with a fan favorite. And I don't know how much of Gavin Lux is a fan favorite. I feel like there's a lot of harshing on Gavin from just the messages I read in these boards. Bleacher Report Tim Kelly noted that Gavin Lux could be the Dodger player dealt if the team adds a premier infield like Adames or Ha-Seong Kim. And yeah, that's it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They add one of those, you got to think that Lux's days are numbered because, you only have so many roster spots and you can't take it up and you can't give it to a guy when you don't need that guy. And by picking up, Adames or Ha-Seong Kim as shortstop, that's going to change things because that's going to put Mookie at second back in the infield, and that's how the Dodgers will stack up. So there you go. And that is also the fastest 8 minutes in Dodgers right there. It is Dodgers Digest. Brad J. Going to wrap things up right there. Hit the subscribe button. Always be part of the fastest growing Dodger movement on YouTube, and that is Dodgers Digest. That's going to do it for me. Remember always, think blue.